The fast development of Islam and the growing number of Muslims in the world has shifted the trend of world tourism to halal tourism that is Muslim-friendly. Tourism can be defined as a tourism concept that specifically caters to Muslims, so they can fulfill their spiritual needs while traveling as tourists. Halal tourism has several criteria, namely halal food, place of worship, and separate dressing rooms for ablutions for men and women. In 2025, the total amount of spending money by millennial tourists in the world will be $100 billion, according to a report by Halal Trip Muslim Millennials Travels. Although it is called halal tourism, it can also be enjoyed by non-Muslim tourists. This concept will even add to the enjoyment of all tourists. From the service to the amenities provided, its target is not just Muslims, but non-Muslims in general. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You are back on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni. Joining me now via Zoom is Mr. Bulut Bashi, President of World Tourism Forum Institute. We will discuss about how halal tourism is predicted to shift the trend of the world and what sort of tourism travels are included in halal tourism. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Mr. President, Mr. Bulut Bashi, President of World Tourism Forum Institute, right? How are you, Mr. Bulut Bashi?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Alaikum assalam from Istanbul.
Right.
Thank you very much for my Indonesian brothers and sisters. I'm saying hello. So now in Istanbul the time is 6:30, but the weather is a bit cold. But I think in Indonesia the weather is hot.
Yes. All right. Now I will go first to you, Mr. Bulut Bashi. Please explain briefly about World Tourism Forum Institute that you are the president now.
So we have a specific goal, reshaping the economies through tourism. So this is our motto. So tourism is a very important sector in the world. Can you imagine that without drilling or without the construction, etc., you are getting green petrol through tourism.
Yes.
So you are getting money through tourists. So it's easiest way to generate the currency in the countries from different, getting the tourists from different countries. So as the World Tourism Forum Institute, we have two specific goals. One is the bringing the country to the foreign direct investment. Second is doing the promotion of country in worldwide. So these are the two critical and important roles that we get and we are pushing in our destination countries.
All right. So World Tourism Forum Institute has a main event named Global Tourism Forum. That the last one is a hybrid in tours conference in Jakarta, Istanbul, and Washington on the 27th November 2020. How do you think that event can help the revival of tourism industry around the world?
So first of all, I can say this, because we are reading lots of articles and we are getting lots of reports from our partner companies. The reports are coming and some of them are emphasizing that in the near future, there will be no crowded events. But on the philosophy of the people, it's impossible. Because if you want to get a technical information from one topic, because event industry is a full technical information. For example, you are doing petroleum events, you are doing tourism events, you are doing investments, economics, lots of topics. The events are done. But the thing is, first of all, 50% of the event is the technical and the 50% is the social.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to get something on a topic, they can get from the internet, Google, YouTube, etc., all the platforms.
Yes.
But the most important thing is socialization in the events. If you are receiving and giving one business card, or if you are taking a coffee, this is most important than the technical topics that is covered in the events.
Okay.
So our forecast after the vaccine, in near future, we are sure that after the March, so the event industry will again start where they finish. So in our forecast, maximum 1.5 years, the whole tourism industry will recover again with the same numbers.
So do you think that in March 2021, then the revival will start again, right?
Exactly.
All right.
But it will take time, step by step. Like first step, maybe the governments will force the event organizers 500 people. The second step 1,000. The third step 5,000. So it will go like step by step.
All right. So now we will talk about the halal tourism. How do you perceive halal tourism and entertainment as most popular terms nowadays? Halal tourism and entertainment. How do you think of it?
So first of all, halal tourism is one of the biggest pillar in whole tourism industry.
All right.
Why? Because the population. If you calculate the population of Muslim world, so you can get a huge number. So when the first halal tourism started, the hotel companies or the investors are looking halal tourism, this is profitable or not, etc. But now what we see, so all the company have their rules and regulation on halal tourism.
Okay.
So what is our forecast? The halal tourism, Dr. Sapna is more professional than us, but our forecast is in near future, 2025, 2030, on these scales in 5-year periods, we can say that halal tourism on the worldwide, the numbers of tourists and the visitors will be doubled.
Okay.
We are the most infected sector. But the most important thing is the easiest sector will recover in tourism.
You are still on Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni. Let's continue our discussion with Mr. Bulut Bashi, the president of the World Tourism Forum Institute, about halal tourism in the world. So, Mr. Bulut Bashi, do you think entertainment such as, well, racing horses, motorbikes, Formula One, cars, etc., can be categorized as halal or Muslim friendly in this case?
Sure, exactly. These programs are like the halal tourism. We categorize these programs the big events on tourism industry. But on this topic, it's the same concept like the halal tourism, because we are just only going to see an entertainment and event. So it's the same category and it's the same specifications like the halal tourism. So you are spending your time with your wives or with your kids and just only the viewing and just only the spending time 90 minutes or 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours after the event ceremony is finished, and then you go outside. But these are the worldwide events, and this can be categorized like the halal tourism because all the specifications are the same and similar match with the halal tourism.
All right. So in the case of recession, do you think halal tourism and entertainment industry such as what I have mentioned before will survive? Because that big event cannot be happening now during the pandemic COVID-19, right? Because it is some restrictions prohibiting people to, gather around that kind of event. How do you think about that?
So Gunawan, actually the thing is, so all the industry is now in shock, okay?
Yes.
So we received the first phase of the shock, now we are receiving the second phase. In all the world.
Yes.
Can you imagine that billion and billion dollars the investor invest in the tourism industry, airplane companies, hotel business, aviation, car business, as you mentioned, like the racing places and the car racing, horse racing, etc. But now what we see, just one virus came and finished everything.
Yes.
So this is unpredicted a case.
Yes.
But what we can do now that all the governments take a serious responsibility and they are doing very good jobs in the worldwide, especially like Indonesia, like Turkey, like Germany,
Yes.
like Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So whose tourism is based on tourism industry, these countries who based on tourism industry, they are doing very good job for the companies. I mean, they are subsidizing, they are giving tax frees, they are giving some, the staff salaries, half or 70%. So this is, and they are doing some subsidies for the investors. So this process will finish soon. The most important thing than the virus is the brains. So if we are physically, okay, we can catch the virus, we can infect it, etc. But the most important thing, if as a psychologically, if we feel, okay, this will continue, this will go. So in economics, you know this is very well than me. So if psychologically infected, it's more dangerous than the virus.
Yes.
So as we see, and as our expectation, this virus is going to lose the effect with the vaccine in March.
Yes.
Because on the other side, okay, vaccine is found, but the most important thing is the distribution of the vaccine. So if the vaccine is not distributed fairly and all around the world, so you will never say the coronavirus is finished.
Yes.
So
exactly.
If we come back to the events, the big events and the halal tourism, of course, we are the most infected sector.
Yes.
But the most important thing is, I'm 100% sure, like the before crisis, if I compare, the easiest sector will recover in tourism. The easiest sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any
The
figure
first
number?
downing sector is tourism, and the first increase, the recovering sector will be tourism.
Do you have any figure numbers to see the significant numbers of travel and entertainment, which can be categorized as halal, is going to be revived soon? I mean, after March, perhaps. Do you have any figure numbers about that?
So, look, actually, the last reports that our institute published, in 2020, the total loss of the tourism business,
Okay.
with the indirect impact, $3 trillion.
$3 trillion.
So-
Oh my God.
Yes, $3 trillion. So this is the impact to all economies in worldwide. And the loss of the jobs is over than, what we expect. But the thing is, next year, 2021, our expectation and forecast is loss will be declined to $1 trillion. But this is good, because the next year, the 2022, it will recover and go over than the number 2019 before the pandemic.
Okay.
So here, of course, we are suffering. Can you imagine that? The people, the waiters, the valets of the cars, the cooks, the receptionists, all the industry now suffering.
Yes.
Even the host and hostess in the airline companies. So what is our expectation? Next year will be good, but after next year will be perfect if you compare 2019. If we come back to halal business, of course, the most infected sector in this pandemic is also the halal business. On tourism, because it's the problem is, okay, if you are okay as Indonesia, but the tourist sending country, the source market is not okay, so you cannot receive the tourists.
Yeah.
Or I'm sitting in Turkey right now. If Turkey is okay, but if Germany is not okay or Russia is not okay, so I cannot receive the tourists.
Yes.
So this is like a puzzle, So everything is surrounded, and the thing is, inshallah, we are expecting soon with the vaccine. In Turkey they started the vaccine. In Germany they started. United States started. So with the fastly distribution of vaccine, this problem will be sorted in worldwide.
Inshallah, brother.
Halal tourism is not we make halal our mountain, our lake.
Yeah.
Halal is about extended services for the Muslim travelers.
In 2019, Indonesia placed first position in the Best Halal Tourism Destination category on the Global Muslim Travel Index. Indonesia was at the top of from 130 destinations around the world. Malaysia was the only other country that had the same score of 78 as Indonesia. So we both compete to be at the top. The index even placed Taiwan on third place for best destination as a non-Muslim country. You are still on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni. We are now discussing the theme of halal tourism trend that is now being globally echoed. We are now joined by Pak Sapta Nirwandar, Chairman of the Indonesian Halal Lifestyle Center. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Pak Sapta Nirwandar.
Waalaikumsalam, Mas Gunawan.
Pak Sapta, I would like to go to you first for the first question of this particular segment. How do we make Indonesia's travel industry more Muslim as well as non-Muslim friendly for all travel destinations in Indonesia? That is a very nationwide question, I guess.
Okay. Thank you so much for this very interesting question. First of all, I would like to start to say that traveling is an important part of Muslim life, even Muslim lifestyle. Because traveling actually is not only a basic need, but also already become very important thing in the Muslim lifestyle. And also traveling is many of Quran has been stated in many of surah Jum'ah, surah Yasin, and etc. That means traveling is not only just for entertainment, but also this is a glory to the God, and also of course added faith to the Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. And also traveling is for the Muslim is education. And also, as you have been mentioned, also entertainment and also healthy activities. Indonesia has a very big potential in receiving that our brother system from around the world. And of course, because we have many culture related with Islam, with the historical Muslim, Islamic historical, and of course we have a tremendous nature and even also a little bit the nature adventure. I think this is a very potential for Indonesia. And of course, if we talk about the halal tourism, this is not we make halal our mountain, our lake. Halal is about extended services for the Muslim travelers. How the Muslim travelers can be fulfilled by the services like food halal, also prayer facilities, musola, even also it may be some particular services like sajada and etc. In fact, we have a massive halal destination potentially around Indonesia, name it from Sabang until the Merauke. And that's why Lombok or Mandalika, one of the best sites for resort, even for what we call sport tourism in that particular area. I think the MotoGP is one of the sport tourism or entertainment tourism in this particular area. But don't forget, Lombok also is very potential for the halal tourism because in Lombok has a very rich in what called culture related to the Muslim. Especially they have more than 1,000 mosques. This is very potential for the Muslim friendly or Muslim or the halal tourism in this particular area in Lombok specifically.
Okay, thank you very much. I will go next to Mr. Bulut Basi, Pak Sapta. Mr. President, Mr. Bulut Basi, COVID-19 pandemic is slowly subsiding, although in Indonesia it is still increasing. Of course, also in some countries it has somehow receded. In future, will Indonesia still be the best destination for halal tourism? Or will other Asian countries or even European countries replace us as the best halal destination for tourism, Mr. Bulutbakhshi?
The thing is, the problem, the pandemic is all around the world is a pandemic.
Yes.
So I'm sure that when these things are happening, because we have 3 or 4 months more to overcome this pandemic. So when these things are finished, I'm sure that Indonesia is still became the #1 in the world on halal tourism. So I don't have any doubt on this. So of course the numbers are increasing. Now this is in progress, maybe 3 or 4 months. But after then, everything will be the same. And if you think halal tourism, so in the near future, after 3 months, again everybody will remember Indonesia. So this is my ideas.
Okay. What about Turkey? I mean, you are from Turkey. What do you think about Turkey? Will Turkey also be the champion in halal tourism?
So actually, Turkey, we have, because the touristic halal tourism is now, developing in Turkey if you compare the previous years. But the thing is that our source markets, if you compare the last years, if you look 3 or 4 years back, we are seeing that the Arab region, the Middle East and the North Africa, the Arab region is our main source, one of the main source markets. Okay. So everybody is thinking the tourism in Antalya, the Russian tourists are coming to Antalya, but there is a huge population comes to Istanbul, or they are religious places, especially when the President Erdogan made a decision, the court made the decision, the Hagia Sophia is going a mosque. Okay. So we are receiving lots of tourists from the Islamic world. So this is the Hagia Sophia, as a mosque, it's a symbol of the conquering of the Istanbul. So I'm sure that for the near future, Istanbul, we are going to compete with Indonesia on the halal tourism.
So let's be #1 then, Indonesia and Turkey. We both #1, inshallah.
Yeah. Inshallah.
The important for Indonesian also is entertaining what we call culinary. We have many variety of culinary.
You are still on Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni. Thank you, Mr. Bulutbakhshi and Mr. Sapta Nirwandal, still here with us. We still talk about world halal tourism. So I'm going to go to first to Mr. Bulutbakhshi. What is the main attraction of the Muslim entertainment market? Muslim entertainment market. This is a very, I think it's a new term, I guess. What do you think about it?
Yeah, actually, the Muslim entertainment market. So what we are facing as the halal tourism. So the most important thing is sightseeing.
Okay.
Like the previous question, I emphasized. For example, the Hagia Sophia is the most important dynamic as the mosque, because the tourist wants to see, and the history, the tourism, the historical tourism is the most important thing. And of course, the tourist wants to get a recreation. So not just only go see and get educated or be familiar with the history or the religion. And then they are turning back to take their rests. They want to get a rest, break, because during the year they are taking huge stress. So the standards and the standards and the regulations of the hotels have to be like the standards of the halal tourism. And if you compare the third, of course, the shopping. So this is if you are a tourist, when you go a destination, okay, you will see, you will test, you will eat. After then, you want to shop. So this is the philosophy.
All right. Thank you very much. Now I will go to Pak Sapta Nirwandal. Pak Sapta, let's talk about Indonesia, Pak Sapta. What is the main attraction of the Muslim entertainment market in Indonesia then?
Yeah, I think I will also agree that join the ideas from President Bulut. If we are talking about the halal tourism, not limited only just related to the halal food, and of course prayer amenities and what is called the prayer facilities. The halal tourism can be also entertaining sector.
Okay.
You can see in term entertaining also we can see the other side of a definition, what we call media recreation.
Okay.
Even we can entertaining by the music concert. Why not?
Yes.
So long the value is still online with Sharia compliance, I think there is no problem.
Yeah,
There is Maherjan, is a very famous musician in the world, that we can assist that. And also we can see other things like President Bush say, shopping is one of the biggest entertaining facilities, especially for family. I think Indonesia has a lot of potential about not only nature, of course nature we are very vast facilities for that, and also the important for Indonesian also this is entertaining what we call culinary. We have many variety of culinary from Aceh side and until eastern part of Indonesia. Even though Padang food is also entertaining for our customer from other side countries, from Muslim friendly countries. I think this is also part of entertainment. That Mas Gunawan, many we can offer to our brother, sister, Muslim travelers.
All right, okay. Pak Sabta, I heard that you are going to pioneer some event in late November of next year, 2021. Maybe you can also mention that what kind of event are you going to pioneer on that time? And what sort of support from the regulator, maybe from the government to stimulate the Muslim market in connection with that kind of event?
To host, President Bush already discussed with me for the next year. If everything goes right, the vaccine available and distributed to all Indonesian people, and also from outside, there is no any more travel restriction, there is any more travel bubble. We can do live event in Bali or in Jakarta or in anywhere. I think President Bulut has discussed with me this year, in the middle of this year, and we can do, and we invite many important people to go to Indonesia. I think this also proves how we can renew again the Muslim travelers and also the travelers around the world to Indonesia. Of course, we can take also the opportunity in this event. We invite, or we can make special event for the halal tourism meeting or halal tourism conference, even halal tourism exhibition, and that related with this what we call the event. It also come also in my mind, we can invite also from sports side. Maybe the famous footballer like Salah, we can invite an entertaining football sport in this event. That's also a good example. Even though as a Muslim, they can be the professional footballer. That's also part of the entertainment and sport. That's Pak Gunawan Yasmin. The government will support us very much. We do hope.
All right. So what do you say about that, Mr. Bulut Bashi? 2021, Muhammad Salah and every international person will come to Indonesia, but also on your behalf.
So I totally agree, Dr. Sapna. So we already agreed with him to organize a forum, global tourism forum, on the big scale forum, not the small chapters in Indonesia at the second part of the year. We are happy to organize a program in Indonesia, and we already started to contact the world leaders to come to Indonesia, and also tour operators, the investors, the promo companies and the airline companies, so all the tourism shareholders. And we are sure that Indonesia is ready to host. And also these events will show how Indonesia is ready to host the tourists for the 2021 and the following years.
All right.
Indonesia is going to become the shining star of the Asia
All right.
on the tourism.
We are back again on Sharia Economic Talk, of course, with me, Gunawan Yasni. So I'm going to ask Pak Sapta Nirwandar first. Pak Sapta, what sort of support from the government, from the regulators to stimulate the Muslim market, especially that we are going to host this very big event that you have mentioned, also Mr. Bulut Bashi mentioned. And are there any ways and goals to achieve it? I mean, it's still a long way, I guess, because we need to have some significant major halal products producer as well as halal tourism to be prepared for that kind of big event in Indonesia. What do you think about that, Pak Sapta Nirwandar?
Yes, I think this is in line with the government policies about how Indonesia will have the opportunity to be one of the halal hub and also tourism destination. I think this since our government has mentioned in many of these, in many of occasions, especially for the what we call the strategic policies for 2021 and beyond. I think for this event, not exclusively for halal tourism, but this is for the Global Tourism Forum.
Okay.
Of course, we have also to take the opportunity to joining the program for the halal tourism. I think that's the way, Pak Gunawan. And the other things, of course, related to this halal industry is a different way, because this is event for the tourism, and of course they can be interlinked, can be related, but the main thing is in the tourism sector.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Pak Sapta. I will go to Mr. Bulut Bashi. Mr. Bulut Bashi, what do you hope for halal travel and entertainment in the near future? You said that it's going to be revived, but what do you hope? I mean, any specific hope after that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Yasni, Brother Yasni. So I want to contribute just one thing to Dr. Sapna.
Yeah.
As the World Tourism Forum Institute and Global Tourism Forum, our motto is, one of the other motto is, brings leaders together.
Okay.
So we are bringing leaders together. So like the G20, all the world leaders coming together to talk tourism, to give the good messages and peace messages to the world. So because the leaders are gathering mainly many political problems, many political issues, but our program just focuses on tourism, peace, investment, and the soft things.
Okay.
So this is the thing that I want to give the first message. And also our program in Indonesia that we are designing is again bringing the leaders together, all the Asian leaders, and also we are focusing the Europe and the Americas, all around the world. So this is our focus.
All
so on your question, the halal tourism, I'm sure that now Indonesia is receiving, I mean, the good numbers if we are looking the numbers, good numbers for the tourism. But this is a progress.
Yes.
So first of all, you are building the infrastructure, you are building the hotels, you are building the airports, you are creating the airlines. After that, the country is becoming a destination. Even after that, if you close your Ministry of Tourism, or if your government doesn't take any responsibility on tourism, the tourists will come. Because you did everything already. Like Turkey. We start in Turkey in 1980 is the tourism business. But now, even if you close the ministry and the lockdown, the ministry is finished, so the tourists will come again with increasing, because everything is sorted right now. What the tourists request, the security is sorted, the airport is sorted, the airline is sorted, the hotels are, the safety and security and the service quality, everything is sorted. So what the tourists require, just only Google and then get the hotel, or go the travel agent and they get the hotel paid and then go halas. So that's why Indonesia is going to become the shining star of the Asia.
All right.
On the tourism, not just only the halal tourism, because we have lots of
Inshallah.
islands.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Wow, thank you very much. This discussion I must conclude. There is a saying in the Holy Book, God sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the benefit of the universe. Halal tourism is lawful entertainment and travel for the world, Muslims and non-Muslims, enjoyable for all, friendly for all, and of course, lawful for all. And I think I would like to thank Pak Sabta Nirwandar, brother or President Bulut Bakshi, of course, from the World Tourism Forum Institute, and Pak Sabta, of course, as the chairman of Indonesia Halal Life Center. Thank you very much for both of you. Thank you very much for your time to be interviewed by me in Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni. That was my discussion on this episode's theme. Hopefully it was enlightening and informative to spur Indonesia to become the Qibla or the center of the world Sharia in the future, not just in economy, but in all fields. Looking forward for other episodes of Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni with prominent guests from Indonesia and abroad. I, Gunawan Yasni, and the entire crew bid you farewell. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Metro TV